First.
The anticipation, like Frank.
A real one, after uh, coming off the year that we had is interesting. We've come off years full qualified and in position and excited. And I got to be honest with you, coming off a season that was less than what we desired, the feeling is even more. It's even greater to want to get back at it. We've had our best summer that we've had all in our tenure here. We've had a great spring football season. We have a great recruiting class, and just very, very eager, honestly, to redeem ourselves, to go out and put a brand of football onto the field, to make our city, to make our university, to make our state proud of us.
What about, Frank? I know you're always going to be asked about the quarterbacking situation, and we just talked to Frank. What's that going into preseason workouts? How does that shape
It's
up?
big. It's really big because it's a tremendous void of play that was absent a year ago. And we need that position more than anyone else to come alive. And so we have viable people that are challenging for it. It went well this spring. The summer went well as well. But this fall camp leading into this opener on the 31st is critical that we start fast. We have the right personnel out there leading our football team so that we can get off on a good foot in this season. And so it's our most glaring position of need of improvement, as well as an offense that has a great desire to improve in this year.
Does anybody have a lead over anybody else in that quarterback?
I don't think so right now.
Okay.
I think you go through 15 practices, take one away in the spring game, a couple of walkthroughs, and so you got 13 practices, 12 to try to determine. I think there's a lot of work still to be desired to continue to put our guys in position to declare themselves as the starter. I think we have about 3 guys that are chopping at a bit. We have 5 total, but we have 3 that are really gunning for it and trying to position themselves to be the starter.
Would that be Frank, Cordell, and Noel?
We've got 3 guys, and Frank Lowell and Cordell are 3 of the 5 that are involved in our team, or part of the 5. But those guys are very much in the mix as well. Yeah.
Physically, how's Frank Harris look coming away from the offseason workout?
Looks great. Bigger, faster, stronger than he's ever been. Had an outstanding spring season for us, and summer was even better.
Frank, what about the offense? I know you changed offense coordinators, and Frank has said, hey, we want to redeem ourselves, atone for, want to get better and stuff. How different is the offense going to be with?
Yeah, the big 2 things we've improved on personnel standpoint. Guys that are healthy, guys that are able, and then guys that have come to the roster that may not have been here a year ago. Guys that are a little more polished of being a true freshman a year ago, and Tyke and Tyreek, guys like that, and Brennan Brady, adding a Rashad Wisdom, adding the 4 guys to our receiver class that have stature, that have speed, and that are as big and faster than anybody that we've had on our roster in our tenure here at that position. Bodes well for us. I think we're exciting on the outside. I think we've had tremendous addition in the backfield, and I think our offensive line is much improved. The reality is we have nowhere else to go but up. From an offensive perspective, we embrace that challenge, and we're eager to do so.
Frank, you're gonna split the practices, the first few practices.
Yeah.
How long are you gonna do that, and what's the logic behind that?
Yeah, so probably 3 to 4 days. The reality is that we're true to in earnest to our team, and so our veteran guys who have worked and positioned themselves to challenge for the starting job, they'll get that chance. These young guys that we brought in, and we said to them, you'll have an opportunity to compete for the starting job. Well, the reality is when you're 4 or 5 deep at a position, the 4th, 3rd, 5th guy won't get many reps unless you divide the practice up and you have a starter in the AM practice, a starter in the PM practice, and you're getting the same volume of quality work that you can have true assessment of these guys. And so our split practices are designed to continue to develop our team, to evaluate our team continuously with guys getting the volume of work needed to make those determinations. If you put them, at one point they'll all come together and somebody's reps will be cut. And so we hope in these 3 to 4 days of practice is divided, that kind of clears itself for us so we can have logically 3 weeks going into the opener to bring our team together with the chemistry we desire.
How is the structure of fall camp for the points of emphasis going to be different compared to last year at all?
The emphasis of practice, our culture has never changed. We've always embraced and done hard things. We've always went out and competed at a high level. That will stay the same. Nothing has been wrong with our culture. We had personnel issues that we needed to improve upon. We've improved upon those personnel issues with our football team of development of the ones that are currently with us and recruitment of the ones that we've brought in. And so I think that's the biggest difference. From a philosophical or schematic standpoint, we're going to be more innovative in our style of play. We won't be as obvious in certain down-in situations by presentation and by play design of what we're trying to do and pushing the ball more to personnel more than just a scheme of guys that can make those plays for us.
Frank, what kind of report did you get back this summer, or reports from your strength and conditioning people as far as participation and how the guys showed up, worked out, and everything? Did you get some good?
So finally got a chance today to talk to Coach Philo, and the last couple of days really, and just talking about the health of our team, where we're at, the strength of our team, where we're at, the speed of our team, and in all three of those areas, we're healthier. We're bigger, we're stronger, we're faster than we've ever been before, and that's gratifying. That's so good to hear. Our strength and conditioning staff is second to none, and basically we've given our team to them for the last 9 weeks for veteran players, the last 6 weeks for our incoming freshmen, and now they give them back to us to do what we do, to put them in position with a body of work, equipped and tuned physically to go out and do the job, mentally as well. And so I think in all of those phases, we've improved our football team.
Frank, you guys are having an open practice in a few weeks. Well, how important was it to get something like that for the fans involved?
Yeah, it's big. Our fans are stakeholders as well. They have vested interest in our football team. We're their team, and so we want them to be able to get a glimpse shot when other people across the state, across the country cannot. That our loyal fans, our local fans, the people who drive in, the families, the friends, to be able to come out and take a sneak preview before that kickoff of the team, where we're at right now. And so we're excited to be able to show them and showcase our team to our fans.
I still can't believe we're playing the season opener that we're playing. And you have high expectations for every preseason camp. Even though it's high, is it going to amp up just a little bit more because of this season opener?
Because of the opponent?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's in the same city.
I don't know so much because of that it's that opponent, but it's so much because of us wanting to be the best that we can be, wanting to show well for our city. We are the Division I top-tier university in the city of San Antonio, and we want to play to that standard. And so we want to go out and do the best that we can and show the best that we can in spite of who would have been that opponent.
Frank, along those lines, speaking of your fans, you have a lot of interest out there all summer long. People have asked me, they're UTSA fans, why are we playing this game? Why do we play? Understand? They know FBS teams play FCS teams, but why don't we're playing an FCS team? And the thing they always tell me, we've got everything to lose, nothing to gain. How do you? It's almost a cliche, I know, but
they want it. It's what the city wants.
There you go.
And so we're going to deliver. We'll give the city what they want, and they're deserving of it. They've asked for it. We've worked it out, and we're excited to play a quality opponent and then Cornet Woods.
It's like one of those wrestling matches. Loser leaves town. The loser's not going to leave town, is it?
We're going to compete, baby.
Coach, how does Cordell Grundy look different compared to a year ago? What have you seen?
I just saw him as I was walking in with his shirt off, and it's amazing how his body has changed. Again, he's always put himself in position to vie for the job just because he's so intellectually inclined and does so much outside of the physical, but the mental, and now his body's starting to take shape. When he came from Northeast Oklahoma Junior College, physically, he was frail. He wasn't so intellectually, he could say the things and be able to put us in position, but his body still had some maturation to go. He's gotten to that point where his mental can now match, or his physical can now match his mental, which makes him a viable guy for it. So I just think that he's physically taking himself another level, as all of them.
How about Lowell from a fitness standpoint? I know that was a focus in the spring. What have you seen as that's progressed?
You know, he gives us a big body. You know, he's 225 pounds. He's competed and trained in the SEC. He's a guy that has toughness, that has wherewithal, that has moxie, that can run it, that can throw it. That's very much in the talks for the position as well.
Frank, is that what's changed as far as the condition? I mean, like you said, the shape that you guys get in from the old days, quote unquote. That in the old days, guys would go home and they train on their own stuff. Now, all these guys go to summer school. They're working out with a strength and conditioning coach. So at the very least, most of these guys are showing up in great shape just because that's part of the culture, right? That you almost got to be here.
It's year round. And so we're very fortunate that we have an athletic director and president that allows us to keep our kids here year round, to develop them academically, athletically, and physically, to be prepared for the rigors of a season that's enduring. And so our summer program has been outstanding. We've positioned guys for graduation. We've advanced guys physically, and it's allowed our football to accelerate to play at a high level against the opponents that we'll have to play against.
Do you have a timetable that you'd like to find a quarterback, or could that go right up till week 1?
It can go all the way up to week 1. Thank you guys so much.